so today I wanted to do a video on graphing linear functions, and we're mainly going to be looking at the y-intercept and the gradient to do that. So let's get into it. So we need to graph this equation, y is equal to minus 3x plus 7. Now remember, linear equations or straight lines in this form, y equals mx plus b, where m is the gradient, also known as rise over run to work it out, and b is the y-intercept. So basically where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to approach these questions by first looking at the y-intercept. So in this case, it's 7 or positive 7. So I'm going to put an x at 7 there. And I'm going to put the next point using this gradient. Now, for starters, I know that this gradient's negative. That means the direction is going to be something like this, because a positive gradient does something like that. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to translate that gradient into rise over run. So currently I've got a rise, which is minus 3, but I don't have a run. So the way I can do that is I can just put a 1 below it, because that's not going to change the actual number itself. And that tells me I need to rise 3 and run 1. So rise just means up and down. So in this case, I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and across 1. So bang, I'm going to put a dot there. So once again, I go down 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, across 1. So put a dot there. 1, 2, 3, across 1, put a dot there. And as you can see, I've got my straight line like that. As straight as possible. So there you go. That is the equation y equals minus 3x plus 7. Easy. Okay. Let's look at this next one. Y is equal to 5 minus x. So this one is a little bit different because what it's done is it's rearranged the equation. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the order back. So we're going to put the x first. Y equals minus x plus 5. That would be the correct way. So once again, I'll start with the y-intercept, which is 5, which is there. Just pulling that off there. Now the gradient here is kind of hidden, so it's minus x. Well, if there's no number, it's actually just 1, okay? And once again, I have no run, so let me just make 1 there. So it's going to be minus 1 over 1. That is the gradient. So because it's going in a negative direction, I know it's going to have to look something like that. So all I need to do is come down 1, across 1. 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 So there is my line. Just fix that up. So y is equal to 5 minus x. Done. Okay, lastly, y is equal to half x minus 3. So once again, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the y-intercept, this time in negative. So we actually need to go under the 0 line. That's the y-intercept. And look, the gradient is positive this time. So I know that my gradient has to look something like that. Now I also know that my gradient is a half, and this time I actually have a fraction, so there's less work to do. So I'm going to rise 1, run 2. So this time I'm going to go up. I'm going to go rise 1, across 2, 1, 2, put x, rise 1, across 2, put x, rise 1, across 2, put x, rise 1, across 2, put x. And as you can see, I've got a straight line here to connect the dots. Oh. So that is done. So y is equal to half x minus 3. Now, a quick trick you can tell if you've done this wrong is if your x's don't line up, then you've made a mistake. So just be careful when you do that. All right, I hope that helped. If there's any videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.